Hey everybody, Will Fix here. Another video for you today. Hope you're enjoying the content. If you are, please like and subscribe. Smash that subscribe for me. Yes, it would be for me. It might not be for you, but do it as a favor to me. I love to see the subscriptions. It's very motivating, and it helps me out on the channel. That's obviously one of the reasons why I want you to subscribe. I got tons of viewers, and all they got to do is hit the bell notification, and it helps me. So hopefully we can see more subscriptions. Thank you for that. By the way, Decent Wallet's running a special. Look at the link in the description. Use it and save some money. You need a good wallet. Decent Wallet's a good one. Recently, XRP was processed 6.9 million transactions in a single day, setting an all-time high record. That is amazing. That is such a lot, and to have a record is really cool. There's also been a sudden spike in the number of XRP transactions. One wallet that was activated on Binance processing a huge number of transactions. This led to an interesting discussion on Twitter about the potential implications of these high transaction volumes. What are these whales doing? On the flip side, Ripple's also sold a substantial amount of XRP in the past 21 days, which has caught the attention of many users. Some are speculating about the reasons behind these sales and their impact on the market. It shouldn't be speculated too much. They are selling the escrow amount to institutional buyers. So when I hear complaints about that, I have to wonder, let's think it through. If they didn't sell that large number to institutional buyers, they would just go in and divide the coin by more coin and reduce the price, wouldn't it? So by selling it to institutional buyers, they're selling it at the price that it's currently at, and they have buyers for it. And like I've said before, they're telling them no, they're wanting them to buy it as it's released like that. In my opinion, that's how they want to build it, because utilization is going to jack that price up pretty good once it's utilized, because they'll have to have bigger than 60-something cents to be able to do the transactions. And we've figured that out before, haven't we? I've got past videos. If you haven't seen them, I have a spreadsheet where all you got to do, we can figure it. All you got to do is look at the institution or the bank, look at how much money they're sending, not receiving, because you can receive money differently. But if they're going to sign on as a Ripple partner, then they're going to send it using Ripple Network, XRP. So if they're going to send it and you look at what their history was of how much they sent, so we can add those up. So we can get company after company after company after institution that has signed up. I'm sorry, my camera's shaking. That has signed up for as a partner, and we can add up the money. Well, when you do that, you can then divide it by the coin and the amount per coin, and you can estimate how many transactions would go a day, and you can estimate, they're going to have Nostro and Vostro accounts. They're going to have XRP on their balance sheets, held there. They're not going to just cash out a 3-second transaction. It's not going to go from fiat to XRP, sent 3 seconds, in 3 seconds liquidated back to some fiat. That's not how that works. That's not how institutions do this. So cancel that from your ideas, because it's not going to work that way. But long story short, the price is going to have to be bigger. So be glad that they're selling to institutions, not upset, because they're going to have to buy somewhere. They also want to increase the amount of coin, because that's smart as well. They want they don't want it all to just be an escrow. In other words, they want to keep escrow there for liquidity reasons and for balancing and price adjustment. So they keep cash and they keep XRP available to control the price somewhat. Yes, they can control the price somewhat. They have to in order to be able to accommodate the possibility of huge sums of money going. They can't jam the system up and go, oh, hey, we don't have enough XRP. And we've talked about that before. There's a lot of XRP, about 20%, that's not going to be bought or sold. So you can take all on the available market and suck off about 20% of that amount. That was a bad term, I guess. And you can say, oh, so it's not all available. Then you have to go to what is available on exchanges, not just what is the number of coin. It has to be available on exchanges in order to be purchased. So anyway, long story short, you see that it's going to drive the price up, and it's okay that they're selling to institutions with the money that's coming out of escrow, because there's only a few options, right? Dilute or sell. So they're selling and then parking the difference. All right. And they're wanting to keep some in the pool, in the escrow account. They don't use it all. They've stated on their site that when they save some of this back, in other words, $1 billion comes out this month, they don't put the whole $1 billion out there. They'll sell some to institutions and they put some back in escrow. And they literally said, for when there's a month and there's no XRP being distributed from the escrow account, we'll have this in savings. Brilliant move, because then they get to extend out and use it as necessary, which they need to be able to do so. They don't need it managing them. They need to manage the XRP. So there's a bunch of people on Twitter speculating on all of these buys and sells in these new wallets. Good reason. I want to mention something quick about XDC too. Here's some key reasons why, because I posted on Twitter, by the way, WillFix7 is my Twitter account. Get on there and subscribe. And sometimes I release stuff early. This was on my Twitter that I released, was it yesterday? Yesterday. And I was just wanting to find out a little more specifics on why can't I just go to Coinbase and buy XDC? Why is it not in the United States? Well, I had an idea, and had seen other things said, but I wanted to research it just a little bit deeper. So I'm going to share that with you. Excuse me. The main reason is regulatory uncertainty. They don't want to be tied up in a lawsuit and waste $200 million like somebody we know. They didn't waste it. They actually established a good ruling. But you can see the worry. The XDC is working on a lot of projects, and then all of a sudden they got to be tied up in a lawsuit, so they just don't offer it for sale in the U.S. because of the uncertainty in the market, which tells you that as soon as there's certainty, of course they want it for sale. So we have a sleeping giant there with a huge reason. When there is clarity, XDC is going to move significantly, because what you have to do to buy it now is, you don't just go to Coinbase, you don't just go to Uphold, you don't just go to some of these native or US-based exchanges. You have to buy it alternatively, don't you? And then you can stick it in your wallet and hold it. But as soon as that's available, you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. So that alone is a reason to get XDC, just based on how excellent of a coin it is. But anyway, we have complex regulatory. We don't have really regulations. It's just like we'll sue you and find out, right? So this uncertainty makes exchanges cautious about coming to the U.S., and they've done that on purpose. XDC's hybrid nature, combining elements of public and private blockchains, could raise concerns about its classification as one of the issues they need to settle some of that deal. Zenfin, the organization behind XDC, has a primarily focused on institutional adoption rather than retail trading. So they're not focused on you and me buying it. They're focused on utilization, which is really kind of cool, because they're busy building the network, making this thing extremely valuable. They're partnered with banks, they're partnered with governments and trade organizations aiming to integrate XDC into real-world financial system. This approach has led to less emphasis on listing on U.S. exchanges. Exchanges charge significant fees to list new assets, and they often have strict compliance requirements. ZenFin may be strategically choosing exchanges based on cost, effectiveness, and streamlined compliance. They know we're going to seek them out, is another factor. You probably own XDC, so those enthusiasts that are ready are really we're gonna be able to cash in on the fact that we're there when other people just go to Uphold and Coinbase and see that it's not there, and they're like, well, I can't figure out how to do it. That's actually a benefit for us, isn't it? For those of you that own it. So ZenFin is proceeding cautiously because of possible legal challenges. I believe they're waiting on a more clear regulatory guidance. They focus on utility and adoption. They prioritize real-world utility. They're not a meme coin. They're not just trying to be popular. Let's see here. I'm sorry for all the ums. I just heard myself say They may view retail exchange listings as less essential for their long-term goals, despite these challenges. There are a few ways to purchase XDC in the U.S. Uphold, the exchange that does support XDC. I just used that as a scenario, like as if they didn't have it. Sorry about that. But you can go to DEX's decentralized exchange platforms, Uniswap and SushiSwap and some other things, and get it. Uphold supports several, don't they? Haven't they really been upstanding? Their partnership with Ripple, I think, makes a big difference. Makes me trust them a whole lot more. There's a link in my description if you want to get an Uphold account. Over-the-counter OTC trading, you can find individual brokers willing to sell XDC directly. It's worth noting that this situation could change the future as regulations evolve and the ZenFin expands with their partnerships, but I don't think it will, but it could. Look at this. Look at here's some of the waves that they've been creating and creating excitement in their partnerships. So XDC and SBI Holdings join forces. A joint venture between SBI Holdings and Trade Finex Techs has led to an establishment of SBI XDC Network APAC Co. Limited. This partnership aims to expand the trade finance solutions provided by XDC Network in the Asian Pacific region. Another one, successful supply chain financing pilots in Latin America. Also, Zoth, a company focused on trade finance solutions, has successfully concluded its supply chain financing pilots in Latin America using XDC Network blockchain. This development could potentially lead to future adoption of the XDC network in the region, and you know it will. XDC Network sponsors WebEx in Asia. In a strategic move, XDC Network has become a gold for the WebEx Asia event hosted by CoinPost in Japan. This sponsorship will help XDC Network increase its visibility and engagement within the Japanese cryptocurrency and blockchain community. Also, XDC's tokenized U.S. treasuries. They're already doing it. In another interesting development, XDC Network has introduced tokenized U.S. treasuries, allowing users to invest in digital bonds. This new offering could attract more investors to the platform as it provides an alternative and traditional and traditional investment options. These are just a few things that XDC has done. So some of you guys had asked me when I opened it up for discussion what other coins to talk about. XDC was one of those that really hit home with y'all. So we're just going to start dabbling in it, and I'll start mixing it with some XRP news to get it out there, and to help us learn a little bit more and build up some confidence and hopium. Get you some XDC, not financial advice. Nothing I say is, but that's what I'm doing, and it's had a little bit of a run here lately. So it's a pretty good coin. Listen, I hope you like this content. Like and subscribe. I'll see y'all tomorrow.